BattleBit Remastered. Is the Battlefield killer dying, or was it just overhyped? In this video, we'll explore some of the primary reasons behind BattleBit Remastered's decline and discuss what might have led to the game's downfall. So it's been about 6 months since BattleBit fully released, and the game has lost about 85% of its player base since launch. Now, before we get into it, I want to say I was an early supporter of BattleBit. I've been following them since around April of 2022, and I really do love the game, but I just don't see a long, bright future ahead for the game. Now, when BattleBit released back in June 2023, it felt like everyone was talking about it. The playtest before release kept gaining more and more players every weekend they would host them, and the hype was just through the roof. I remember thinking, finally, an indie game stomping on EA to show them how it's done. And that's what a lot of other people thought too. I remember seeing YouTube videos, tweets, TikToks, just tons of posts about how BattleBit is going to kill Battlefield and how an indie studio can prove that gameplay is over graphics. Okay, so then what happened? Why is BattleBit losing such a large amount of players? First, I want to start off with why I quit playing. I quit playing BattleBit heavily early July, about 4 weeks after BattleBit was fully released. I played 32v32 and 128v128. I played solo in small groups with 1 or 2 friends, or even in large groups with 7 other people. And I did it all from sniping to running and gunning with SMGs and LMGs to drone striking bridges with 15 people on them. My largest issue with the game isn't something most players had to experience, but about 4 weeks after launch, after playing about 80 hours flawlessly with no issues, I started getting really bad hit registry. No matter what gun I used, it felt like every other bullet would pop up with hit denied due to packet loss, and I know it wasn't my internet. I talked to some friends, and some of them would get the same error every few games, but no one else really had it to where it was almost every other bullet wouldn't register. So I went to Discord and saw quite a few people all from NA complaining about the same issue. That issue lasted weeks and was never addressed in any updates or change logs, but it seems to be fixed for me at least. But that was just one reason. Another huge reason why I quit playing BattleBit was just due to lack of progression. Attachments don't really do anything significant, and all weapons generally feel the same. SMGs can melt from super far, and most maps I'm getting sniped from God knows where. People complain about jets and shotguns not being added. The helicopters are cool, but jets give individual players more impact on the outcome of a game and allow for some really cool moments. But this is what they had to say about new aircraft. Player-piloted planes or jets will not be added, as our maps are too small and cannot be made bigger. Attack helicopters with bombs or rockets will not be added. This was a design decision. There may at some point be an Airstrike call-in that you can use squad points on. And this is what they had to say about if they were adding shotguns. First off, with them not adding piloted planes or jets because maps are too small, I think is a little weird, because some maps I think are definitely too small, but I think some maps are too big and super annoying to get across without some vehicles, and planes would just add a lot of fun, but I guess it's understandable. Attack helicopters with rockets or bombs won't be added. I think that's a great decision. I'm already dying from random nades and the tanks beaming me from behind a tree 300 meters away. I think having random helis flying over, dropping bombs every 5 minutes would just be miserable. I've been playing Hell Let Loose recently, and the artillery in that game can get super annoying. I think airstrikes for squad points is a really good idea. I think it needs to be difficult to get, so it rewards well-coordinated squads and teamwork and makes it harder for squads full of randoms not communicating. And then not adding shotguns I honestly think is a good idea. Shotguns are super annoying when they're too overpowered, or if they suck, it's just going to be annoying and everyone's going to complain, so I honestly think it's a good idea just to leave them out, because it's super hard to find an actual good balanced shotgun in really any game. BattleBit had a pretty large update on November 30th, adding a new map and game mode with tons of quality of life improvements like faster bandaging, weapon balancing, and even a new weapon, the RPK-16. I will say, the game does feel a lot better than it did at launch, but where did 85% of the player base go? It was expected for the player count to drop the following weeks and months after release. but is it dropping from a near 90,000 player all-time peak down to a 24-hour peak of 12,000 players deserved? I saw a lot of people complain about the tryhards in BattleBit. I was seeing clips of Valorant pros all cracked up playing like their life depended on it. But I get it, I would try hard too, wanting to get as many kills as I can. Then turned into every game being a high kill game trying to beat my previous record. I haven't heard much about a cheating problem with BattleBit. It seems cheaters get banned pretty quickly, but easy anti-cheat sucks, so who really knows how many cheaters there are. We've been left in the dark about the face of anti-cheat, but the game not being free to play and costing $15 helps the cheating problem for sure. I've seen people talking about the BattleBit servers being dead and not having enough players, and I've seen using the quick play feature isn't the best for putting you in full lobbies, and it's better to just use the server browser. Even with the game feeling better than it did at launch, I don't see myself playing it often. I think there are fundamental differences with the game that I don't like. I'm a very competitive person, and I don't enjoy playing games where no matter how good I perform, it won't impact the outcome of the game. It's just very off-putting for me. It just feels like there are no goals or purposes. Let's not forget that BattleBit is early access. A lot has changed and a lot is going to keep changing. I know they plan on adding a milsim kind of hardcore mode. I really hope that I enjoy that more, and I am looking forward to at least giving it a shot. I don't think BattleBit's dying. I just think it was pretty overhyped. I really don't think that it's a bad game. If you haven't played it recently, I would give the new update a shot. I do think it feels a lot better. I personally think that it's still more enjoyable than playing like a Call of Duty or even Battlefield, but let me know your thoughts on BattleBit in the comments below. Are you still playing? Are you thinking about picking it up? I think you should for only 15 bucks. Make sure to leave a like on my first YouTube video on this channel. I've used a little bit of old gameplay, forgive me. Give me some video ideas for my next video in the comments, and let me know any improvements that I could have made on this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I guess that's it. Later, losers.